Hello, I'm Food Daniel. Here are my predictions for the WFA games for May 16th. Okay, Boston Renegades to Cleveland Fusion. This is a long road trip for Boston, and I guess they won't be traveling by jet this time. They'll have to bus it like the rest of the teams. Cleveland is a excellent team. Nobody ever puts them in the same category with, Boston, Chicago, or DC. This will be their chance to prove them wrong. But I don't expect they will. I still think Boston will win this game. Yes, I think they'll rebound from their loss to DC and get back on another winning streak. It'll be close though. Cleveland will put up a good fight. I'm going to say Boston by no more than 3 touchdowns. No more than 3 touchdowns. Boston will win. Columbus Comets to the DC Divas. Well, at least DC can take heart knowing they'll actually get to play this game. They've got to be sick of these forfeits or cancellations or whatever. As for Columbus, they've had the devil's own day this season. A brutally tough schedule. They're better than a no-win season indicates. But I'm afraid they're not going to get the win this week either. DC will win this game by 3 or 4 touchdowns. I'd love to be proven wrong, though, because I love the Columbus Comets. But no, I think DC will win this one. Indy Crash at the Detroit Dark Angels. This one could be interesting. On opening day, the Dark Angels traveled to Indy, and Indy beat them 18-14. Good close game. I wouldn't be surprised if we get another close game. So, since I love the Dark Angels, I'm going to predict the Dark Angels are going to win this game, and I'll say it'll be close again by 2 touchdowns or less. Yes, Detroit by 2 touchdowns or less. That'll be a good game. Okay, Kansas City Titans at the Chicago Force. Nobody's going to beat the Force, not even Kansas City. I know Kansas City is a great, great team, but that loss 2 weeks ago to Dallas. Was that 2 weeks ago? No. 3 weeks ago. Yeah, 3 weeks ago they lost to Dallas 78-6. That tells you Kansas City is not up there with, the Bostons, the Chicagos, the Dallases. And that'll prove to be so here. This will be a gruesome win for the Chicago Force. Not because Kansas City's a bad team. They're a very, very good team. But they're not in Chicago's class. Gruesome win for Chicago. Minnesota Machine at the West Michigan Mayhem. These two teams met in week 2, and West Michigan won 35-13. Now, what I like about the Minnesota Machine is they put up points, some points, in every game. When they lose, they don't get shut out. They'll still score. So, don't expect anything gruesome against the Machine. I mean, yeah, they got shut out 70-0 by the Force, but that's what happens when you play the Force. Other than that, Minnesota will put up points even in a loss. And I think that's how it's going to happen here. I think West Michigan will win this game against Minnesota, just like they won before. But I think it'll be closer than that earlier win when West Michigan won 35-13. So I'm going to say West Michigan by 3 touchdowns or less. 3 touchdowns or less, West Michigan will win. Okay, the game I would teleport to if I could teleport. The Atlanta Phoenix, the Miami Fury. That's going to be a great game. Atlanta coming off of a great game last week against Tampa Bay. Atlanta won 26-19 at home. That must have been a hell of a game. As for the Miami Fury, they won a surprisingly close game against the Daytona Wave Runners 33-19. Boy, the Wave Runners put up a fight. Nobody saw that coming, including myself. This is going to be a hell of a game. Atlanta at Miami. I'm going to predict Atlanta by 1 touchdown or less. Yes, I'm saying Atlanta by 1 touchdown or less. I'd love to be at that game. Derby City Dynamite at the St. Louis Slam. St. Louis will win this game. Almost gruesome. I'm going to say by 4 or 5 touchdowns, St. Louis will win this game. Arkansas Wildcats at Austin Outlaws. What did Austin do last week? Oh, they beat the Lady Crushers 56-0. That doesn't say much. What did Arkansas do? They lost to Houston 26-6. Okay, these are 2 below average teams. But I think Austin's a shade better. I'm going to say Austin by 3 or 4 touchdowns. Yes, Austin's a home team there. I think travel might have an impact there. Yeah, Austin by 3 or 4 touchdowns. Houston Power at the Dallas Elite. Gruesome win for Dallas. Acadiana Zydeco at the South Texas Lady Crushers. That'll be a win for Acadiana. Acadiana will win by 3 to 4 touchdowns. Okay, to the Northwest. You got a couple of interesting games. The Seattle Majestics at the Tacoma Trauma. Both of these teams are undefeated. Nobody would have predicted at the halfway point of the season that Tacoma would be undefeated. But there they are. And Seattle, of course, everybody expected them to be undefeated. Seattle will win this game. Hard to say by how much. I know there are a few former Majestics on Tacoma. But Seattle's win last week over the Everett Rain 56-0, that's, the dominant Majestics from last year. So I think, they've caught their second win. They've got it together. I think Seattle's going to win this game by 3 or 4 touchdowns. Seattle, yes. And in Portland, it's a matchup of the 2 Portland teams, the Portland Fighting Phillies at the Portland Shockwave. All right. Don't you love it? A road game where being on the road doesn't hurt the roster at all. And it's nice to see 2 teams in the same city play each other who don't hate each other's guts. The Shockwave are going to win this game, and I don't think it'll be that close. I'd say the Shockwave by 4 or 5 touchdowns. I'd love to be wrong, though. I like the Fighting Phillies. I was present the first time those 2 teams ever played each other in an exhibition game just before the start of the 2012 season. It was neat. At the end of the game, they exchanged roses. And Portland's got a gorgeous stadium. I love it. It's probably even more gorgeous when it's not pouring rain. Okay, the game I'll be attending, the Everett Rain at the Utah Blitz. That's right, I'm going to drive from Oakland, California to Salt Lake City to see this game. I want to see my Blitz, yes. And I'm picking an upset here. The Blitz are going to win that game. You watch. Yes, Blitz are going to win. By 2 touchdowns or less. By 2 touchdowns or less. The Blitz are going to win that game. Yes. Ventura Wolfpack at the Pacific Warriors. This is one of 3 games in the state of California, and all 3 of them are going to be gruesome. Pacific Warriors, gruesome win over Ventura. Assuming the game gets played, Ventura had to forfeit in last week's game against the Sin City Sun Devils. You also have the San Diego Surge at the West Coast Lightning. Gruesome win for San Diego. Then you have the Sin City Sun Devils at the Arizona Assassins. Whoops, I'm mistaken. That's not in California. It's in Arizona. Duh. Okay, the Sun Devils, they won by forfeit against Ventura last week. I don't doubt had the game been played, Sin City would have won easily. And I think they're going to beat the Assassins easily, even though the Assassins are, finally winning some games. That's nice to see. But not against Sin City, they won't. Gruesome win for Sin City. Okay, and back to Florida for one more game that's also quite interesting. The Tampa Bay Inferno at the Jacksonville Dixie Blues. That will be good. Okay, the Blues won by forfeit last week over the Orlando Anarchy. And the Inferno, again, they lost a thriller in Atlanta 26-19. I like this one. This will be a lot of fun. I'm going to predict Tampa Bay is going to win that game, but it'll be by 2 touchdowns or less. That'll be an exciting game. And those are my predictions for the WFA games for May 16th. Thank you.